Salute and honor, guys and goddesses. So we're gonna talk about the importance of hair, the importance of the hair follicle. Okay, now you got your hair, right? And I'm gonna speak in reference to the gods. You know what I mean? And then we're gonna go to the whole anatomy of the masculine, feminine principle. So as we begin, you see the word follicle. You got folic L in there. You got the L follicle. Folic is the point which stands upward, in representation of an antenna, and also as far as us gods, it's in representation of the private area. You know what I mean? Whereas though, you know what I'm saying. So it's all in reference to the hair sticking up, rising upward, not downward. You know, sheesh. But yeah, so you got L in there, and you got follicle, that the god follic. You know what I'm saying, or the goddess follic. You know how you have your elbows? They call your arms, well, the middle of your arm elbows, because it folds like a bow. So when you fold your arms, it look just like a bow. You know what I mean? Like a bow tie. You know. But yeah, we drifting off topic. So when the guys, when they grow they beards and stuff like that, that is not so much of because the earthlings, they can grow beards too, and I'm speaking of man. You know what I mean? And they only duplicate what they got from the gods. On a masculine level. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't stem from them initially. Their body will be an artificial body. It will be the opposite of the real body, which is the real body that we have, which is the authentic temple. So those earthlings, the masculine earthlings, with them having a beard and things of that nature, they only duplicating what came from the gods initially, because they are in the image of God. You know what I mean? A duplicate, but a more artificial version. You know, so you got to know that these beards serve a purpose. So when they got these earthlings, these masculine earthlings, right, that grow beards, they say that the beard protect them from the U rays, the rays from the sun. When they say U rays, they talking about the ultra rays. The ultraviolet light that's shooting down from the sun. So they saying that the beard protects them from the sunlight. I mean, it can work in some form of fashion, but still, that sunlight is going to bypass their genetics. No matter what, it might just take a longer process. But it's going to bypass the genetic genes any old way. Versus us men, the guys that have beards, our antennas is going to suck all that energy in. It's going to trickle down all to the DNA, into the cells and things like that. You know, and it's going to spread out into the skin through, which is the glands. It's going to get sucked all in. You know what I mean? And it's going to translate. It's going to go through the necessary translations for it to be processed within the gland, through the cells and things like that. As far as us, the earthlings, the masculine earthlings, will be the opposite. So their beard will in a sense, um, try to block. It's like a sunblock. You know what I mean? But it's not going to do too much because, I mean, truth is truth. Oh, truth is truth. Let me get my phone. Yeesh. Yeah, matter of fact, just hold this. Causing a lot of chaos, man. So yeah, truth is truth, man. So they will be their beards on a masculine level, as far as earthlings is concerned. It would be the opposite of what we can do. You know what I'm saying? Then you got uh, our bears that have a process of fighting off bacterias and things like that, like a shield. Like I said in my last video, is like a shield, and it filters different. It's like an alarm system as well. You know what I mean? It filters different types of energy, parasites, bacteria, and things like that. You know, and it produces oil. You know what I mean? And that's where oil come from. You got to know that. You got these you got your coconut oil, olive oil, different kinds of oil, and that all stems from the gods, most importantly, because we have oil. We have natural oil that that processes within the cells to make sure that the skin doesn't become dry. You know what I mean? That's why it's good to drink a lot of water, stay cleansed. The body, serves a purpose. Your beard serve a purpose. Some guys can't even grow beards, you know what I'm saying? But over an excess amount of hair can be due to you know, due to the genetics. The human genetics is overriding the God genes. You know what I mean? And the way that can happen is when folks eat bad food. You know what I'm saying? Chicken and all of that, your pork, things like that. You know. So yeah, beard is important, man. All the hair follicles within the body is important. The nose hairs is a sensor. Your beard is a sensor. You know what I mean? Your beard brings wisdom and strength. You know what I mean? Wisdom and strength. And another thing, man, it's something about the beard too that gives you no fear. You know? But most of all, I grow mine because of the fact of how my body, my vessel was tailor made. You know, because guess what? Once I shave, what's gonna happen? It's gonna grow back. You know what I'm saying? Why fight something that God created for you to have? You know what I mean? Which serve a purpose. I mean, things wasn't put there for no reason. You know what I'm saying? When I had shaved, I had bumps growing out of my face and all of that. And I'm like, damn, this don't happen until I shave. And when your hair grow back, it hurts in some form or fashion. That's another reason why you see that the hair is important, man, because it's not just hair. It's not, man. You know, it's not just hair. It's not just hair. I saw this movie in the past. I'm sure a lot of you have. It's called Love Don't Cost a Thing with Christina Milian and Nick Cannon. And Nick Cannon, he was a nerd. You know what I'm saying? He was intelligent as hell. But in that situation with him being a nerd, he fell. You know what I'm saying? He had the afro and everything like that. He was a builder. You know what I mean? He built cars and things of that nature. That just goes to show that you know the God man is the creator, man, the master builder. So that's what that was explaining. And then guess what? He tried. He ended up falling in love, and that's what made him fall. Then he was looking for acceptance. You know. Then the chick he was falling for, she was an earthling. That's what that was symbolically saying. She was an earthling. He wanted to be accepted. That's why he wanted to wear the flyest clothes and all that, because a lot of them, a lot of them was egotistic. They was egotistic beings. He wanted to fit in so bad. You know what I'm saying? So what he do? Change his clothes, twisted his hair up. That's when everything changed, man. The ego came alive. The ego came alive. His antennas fell down. It was rising. He had that afro. And when she was trying to so called groom his hair, you could see that he had a difficult time, because those curls, man, those antennas, when they curl up, the stronger they are, the stronger the frequency. So with her combing his hair and all that, that was just signs of trying to break the frequency. You know what I'm saying? Let's break ties. Let's break ties from the gods. So he went from being intelligent, and then he fell, went to an egotistic state, and the women and all of that. You know what I'm saying? It's just the game didn't change. So yeah, even when you watch the movie Hancock, you see the movie Hancock. They was calling uh what Will Smith was playing as the character. They kept calling him an asshole, and they was calling him an asshole because of the fact that he didn't give a damn. He didn't give a damn what anybody think. He accepted the fact that you know people saying what they want, and so what? He was like, he wasn't emotional like that. And then here you go, you got the Earthling trying to school him on how to be a hero. and to be accepted in society, for everybody to love. You know what I'm saying? Then he was advertising the heart, which is emotions. Advertising the heart. So yeah, he went from wearing his hat, Hancock. He was wearing his hat in the beginning, and then the eagle symbolizes the pineal gland. Not the ego, but that sun vision. You know what I mean? The ego, not the ego, symbolizes an affiliation with the sun. You know what I mean? That's why in some movies too, they have like the eagle and the sun connected, because it all represents taking flight and things of that nature, and the attributes of his fierceness. So you know they had that there, and he kept his head covered. You know what I'm saying? And remember, he cut his hair off and all that, cut his hair, shaved and all of that. That's when the ego came in. And what happened? He started falling in love. He started falling in love with the earthling. You know what I'm saying? But she was playing as the fake goddess and playing as herself at the same time. How can a god and goddess be together and they get weak? You know what I mean? Don't make sense. Don't make sense at all. You know? But they just telling you that she playing as the half goddess and half earthling. You know? He fell in love, man. And he got weak. He got weak. And two, when they had that big little fight through that little thunderstorm and all that, it was thunderstorm, all that electric, 'cause she was an electric being. When they was going through all that chaos, you gotta know that that's sex that's happening. That was sex. That was a sexual scene. They cover it up as, oh, they fighting, they getting it in, the gods is fighting and this and that, being entertained and all that. You know what I'm saying? And that was a sexual scene right there. You know. Then after that, you realize they were separated from each other. He wasn't near her. He got weaker. You know what I mean? He got weak when he got up in the store, buy some liquor and all that. He got weak, man. That all shows that he fell from a higher state. Him having that head on symbolized him being at a higher state. Powerful, unemotional. Once he cut his hair, shaved his beard, guess what? The ego rised. The ego. So yeah, the hair follicle, man. The hair follicles is important. When you cut your hair follicles, you cutting cells. You know what I mean? You cutting your antennas. You cutting your communication. You cutting your receivers. When you cut your hair, you leaving open. Your pores is open. You know what I mean? Those holes is open. You know what I mean? With scars, because when you cutting your hair, it's just like if you getting a cut on your skin. You leaving openings when you cut your hair. You know what I'm saying? Which can leave, which could disrupt the growth of your follicle, and cut how things cut it in a sense of taking it off track. You putting that follicle off track and how it should grow and things like that. You can leave it to be infected and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you cutting the connection on how it should be grown. You know what I mean? You cutting that connection, which leaves room for bacteria to infiltrate and things like that. You know? And that's how bumps rise up because too, your hair when it receive that that negative filter, it's supposed to shoot it back out. But because the follicle is not there to do that, you know what I mean, which disrupt its purpose, you know, bacteria is able to contract, stay there, and build and cause chaos. You know what I mean? And that's where your bumps and all of that come from. You know what I mean? The ingrown hairs, which is really disrupted, you know, disrupting the growth. Because once the bacteria and all that get up in there, those aliens that try to run up in the vessel, they there to disrupt, you know, so they can have a host. So it's important to grow the beard. For those who don't grow beards, obviously it's a purpose. You know what I mean? Which will lead for a substitute of other things. You know what I'm saying? Some people grow hair. You know, sometimes they have a little bit of, you know, facial hair on the cheek area and have a little fuzz there on the chin. You know what I mean? It happens, you know, and they have a way of still filtering things of that nature. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what it's about, man. Your hair is important, man. And your underarm hair, you know what I mean, which fights off bacteria as well, because you got to know that your arms is always down, it sweats and things like that, so it can conjure up all types of bacteria and stuff like that. That's why you got to wash your underarms, man. You got to wash your underarms, keep your underarms clean and stuff like that, man, because it's easy for things to be up under there, you know, and then you can get a rash. You know what I'm saying? Bacteria. You know, a rash is bacteria. It could be something that you eat that can cause your armpits to be under massive pain and things like that. So yeah, your nose hairs is important. Your eyebrows is important. All the hair around you serves a purpose. It's to block off these damn aliens trying to infiltrate into the temple. You know, that's what it's there for. They there to raise an alarm. If something is up, you know what I mean? Something is going on. That's what it's there for. We even got hair inside our ears, you know, which block off certain things trying to infiltrate inside the eardrums and things like that. That's what it's there for, you know. But this video kind of long, so I'm gonna close it. You know. Shout out to all my subscribers too, man. Shout out to y'all, man. You know, I don't know what's going on with y'all in the world, but man, stop being so distant, man. If y'all my real subscribers, all you know, and all of that, stop being so distant, man. It's no need, you know. But some things is necessary, you know. Some things is necessary. But shout out to y'all anyway, you know. But yeah, I just wanted to share this video with you guys, and that's it. Salute and honor and grace. Peace.